right, the latest cool toy that we're going to be taking a look at today on the channel is this, the Crow Deluxe action figure box set from Diamond Select Toys. This was their San Diego Comic-Con 2021 exclusive release, limited to 5,000 pieces worldwide. Still available if you want to order one. MSRP on this is $39.99. I'll put product link down in the video description box below. It is slightly different than a previous release that we got earlier in the year of a deluxe action figure Crow released from Diamond Select Toys. That one namely came with a trench coat, a guitar, Crow action figure, no chair, so you're basically trading the trench coat and the guitar accessory for this Gothic armchair. And of course you got the, jazzed up San Diego Comic-Con exclusive packaging. But if you want that original deluxe figure that has the guitar, the trench coat and everything, it's $24.99 and it's also still available. Looking at the packaging here, on both the left and the right hand side is a nice little detail that I like. They have the broken skylight window that plays a prominent part in Eric and Shelley's apartment. Of course, the display itself, you got the church diorama with Eric sitting there in the chair. On the top, we've got the classic quote, "It can't rain all the time" from the movie, as well as the Crow logo with the eyes overlaying the Crow wings and everything. Looks great. We got our sealed sticker that says this is in fact a, one of 5,000. And then we have the promo shot of Eric Draven sitting there in the chair in the church scene that this, action figure is depicting, and a brief description of the movie itself. But that is it in the nutshell. You just got your legalese barcode on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get him out of this plastic prison and check him out up close and personal. Here we have him out of the plastic prison, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I absolutely had to get this one. I'm a huge fan of the Crow movie. In fact, I actually had this poster hanging up in my bedroom as a teenager, so it was just fitting that I get this exact little diorama display to go with my collection. So the figure itself, like I said, not necessarily anything new, just kind of repackaged, repurposed. The chair looks good. You can still reuse the packaging for a little diorama if you wanted to, so it doesn't get tore up when you're opening it out of the package. You'll obviously still have these open holes, but you could cut the cardboard if you wanted to and just have your basic diorama for your shelf displays. But overall, looks pretty good. The chair itself, it's pretty tall, nice high back Gothic chair, about 6 inches tall at the highest point. Go ahead and remove the figure. It's all one solid piece of plastic, so you're not gonna have any kind of pieces that are going to snap off. Obviously the legs would be the most brittle, but unless you're just throwing this around, you shouldn't have any issues with it. Nice ornate details all along the ridge, the outside, some nice rivets. The seat back and the seat butt here is all solid plastic as well. It's got a faux leather texture to it, but it's still solid plastic, so don't get your hopes up that this is magically a plastic leather lined toy. Even got the brown armrest here. The back, we've got the diamond rivets and studs that have some nice texture to it. And of course we have the Crow image right here on the back of the chair. Overall, nice little chair. As far as scale, so if you got a typical Marvel Legends figure, here's Stan the Man Lee. You're not gonna be able to really fit anything in there smaller than a pretty good size 7-inch figure, just mainly because their knee bend is not gonna catch in the right spot. And it's just gonna have them situated to where they're basically required to slouch if you want to fit them in the chair. Can it be done? Yes. Does it look the best? No. So you're definitely gonna want some larger figures in here. This being a 7-inch scale figure, works pretty good. And again, like I said, where his knees fall, allows him to sit comfortably without sliding too far back in the chair. His feet do rest comfortably on the ground. And aside from the chair as the accessory, he also comes with this Crow solid piece of plastic. It is pliable, so you don't have to worry about snapping the wings off, so you can kind of manipulate them around, but they will just kind of essentially go right back to their standard form. He does have some sturdy little feet here. You can clasp them onto Eric's hand, although I will say it doesn't really stand very well, and he's very likely to just kind of teeter-totter and fall over. He does have a peg hole, so you could put him on a figure stand, but there is nothing included with this specific deluxe box set that allows you to stand him up anywhere. The feet aren't wide enough to rest him onto the back of the chair or anything. He's not going to fit on the shoulder. Put him on the hand or just have him sitting there on the ground, which isn't necessarily the best look, but that is your options, and that is the look of the Crow. It does have, you know, nice texture details, you know, each individual wing. The feet themselves are a darker black. Even got the eyeball there that is a darker black, but overall it's just a basic simple Crow figure. Articulation wise, he's got 16 points of articulation. He does have a bit of an elongated neck, and that's one criticism that a lot of people have noted for this figure. It doesn't really bother me at all. In fact, anytime you kind of tip his head down, it's considerably less noticeable. But his head is going to look up, not very far, just because the hair is going to catch on his shoulders there. It's going to be able to look down quite a bit, which is great. Left, right, and of course 360-degree exorcist. Shoulders are going to go up and out, 360-degree rotation at the shoulder. It's got a single elbow bend. I'm going to spin that 360 degrees as well. Wrists, 360 swivel, horizontal hinge on both wrists. He does have an upper torso to where you can go ahead and crunch him forward. That's how far forward you're going to get. That's how far backwards you're going to get. So not terribly far back and forth. Get a little side to side because it is on that ball joint. And then the lower torso, you're going to be able to spin 360 degree independent of the upper torso. So you can get him contorted in all sorts of different ways. So 360 up top, 360 down low. Get his wrist bend backwards so he doesn't look all deformed. So the legs are going to kick that far forward, that far backwards. Pretty impressive. And you're going to be able to do a complete split. So 100% split there. Very impressive. Single bend at the knee, so you're not going to get himself kicking his backside. So single bend at the knee. There also is rotation down at the knee level, and there also is a thigh cut, so you can rotate the thigh 360 degree. The feet themselves, you're going to be able to hinge back and forth, so you can get it downwards quite a bit, upwards decently, and you can also rock them side to side and spin them 360 degree. And then you've got standard peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So overall, good articulation. The likeness, I think, is pretty good. Is it 100% accurate to Brandon Lee? No. Is it a great representation of the character in the movie? Yes. Could it have been better? Yes. Is it good enough? Absolutely, in my opinion. The nice textured details on his costume here. So you got the glossier black around the midsection where he's kind of taped his shirt up. Same thing around with the forearms, the tape around the hands, in between the palms, individual fingers. So that's a nice little detail they made sure to go after there. You even got the ring necklace around his neck. You got the bullet holes, the rope, the brass buttons on the leather pants, the boots where they're folded over at the top. It's a nice detail, not fully tied up. You know, he just essentially borrowed these boots, again, with the electrical tape around the thigh and the rope, just basically trying to hold everything together for Eric while he goes through his crisis in the movie. But overall, pretty happy with this. Like I said, the likeness, the details, the chair, everything great. My only criticism would be that there's nothing to really have the Crow standing on. I wish they would include just a nice little floating figure stand or something to have the Crow. That way it's not just relegated to sitting there at the bottom, sitting there on the ground, because he doesn't really rest on his hand or his arm or shoulder. That does it for this video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.